Good morning. At least it's morning here. Yes, sirree. This is Kai Pacha with the Weekly Paleo Report. December 19th of 2018. And it's a beautiful morning. That is the last vestige of mankind making its bridge across the river. Oh yeah. The moon is in Taurus, fixed Earth. She's in an opposition to Venus today, and tomorrow she goes into Gemini. Opposes Mercury, traveling along. You could say that Mercury is conjunct with Jupiter this whole week up there in Sagittarius. Look at that freaking gorgeous river. Oh my God. Sun's cruising along in the last degrees of Sagittarius, squaring Chiron as he moves along. Tomorrow, trines Uranus. Fantastic. And by Friday, indeed, we have the solstice, the winter solstice. The longest night of the year in the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year down with our friends down south. And not only that, but that sun moves in to Capricorn just as the moon moves forward into Cancer. And we have a full moon on the solstice. I think it's at 0 degrees 49 minutes or something. I mean, wow. Very powerful full moon for us all, folks. And Mercury is exactly conjunct Jupiter, cruising along there. And by Monday, Mercury moves into an exact square with Neptune. So we've got this Mercury-Jupiter conjunct up there in Sagittarius, squaring the moon. The moon on Saturday moves into an opposition with Saturn. And by Sunday, old Lilith, moving retrograde back through Capricorn, comes into conjunct with the south node of the moon. And the moon comes into a conjunction with the north node of the moon and opposes Pluto on Sunday. So there you go. Let me find a little spot here and look at the camera. All right, let's try this. Traveling around doing my Sagittarius thing, I forgot my tripod, man. So just had to balance the old phone on the nearest rock. Hope this is good enough. And water's not too loud. We can have a little creekside chat down by the river, the lazy river. That is Mercury, Jupiter, and Sag, nature, natural law, the beauty and the wonder of nature, squaring Neptune, giving us dreams, hopes, wishes for the future. Absolutely beautiful. What a great time of year. And there's always more involved. Because, I mean, if we look at this full moon that's coming up, and we look at the winter solstice point, northern hemisphere again, but it is the sign of, you know, Capricorn, the king, the law, the bringer of order, the good father. Opposite, the moon in Cancer, the nurturing, loving, beautiful mother. I mean, it is the genetic axis of the chart. Cancer, Capricorn, mother and father, family. having to do with roots, having to do with the past, having to do with, really coming fully into our own mother and father, nurturing ourselves, protecting ourselves, being the mature elder that cares for the future, that creates the future. And then we've got, this Jupiter in Sagittarius, very powerful. Jupiter rules Sagittarius, super powerful. Saturn rules Capricorn, super powerful. Neptune rules Pisces, super powerful. All three of these planets are, kind of doing this little bit of a kind of a dance here. Moon in Cancer. Moon rules Cancer. So it's a very powerful time where we can come home to ourselves. And at the same time, the challenge with that square of Mercury, Jupiter in Sag, wanting to expand and make our home the planet, make our home the universe, expanding our consciousness ever more, becoming more than we were before. Coming out of the past, out of our comfort zone, in order to learn, realize, experience ever more and more and more of ourselves. So it's like, there can be this little bit of a tossy-turny thing here between, just kind of being where we are. Let's look at this Mars in Pisces. In between Neptune and Chiron, Mars is moving along. It's going to be coming, into a conjunction with Chiron pretty soon. It's kind of loose right now, but it's very passive, maybe a little indulgent, maybe like, let's just let it be. Let it be, let it be. The Beatles knew it. So there's this, I don't know, there's this passive, let's sit around the Christmas tree and drink hot toddies and eggnog and brandy and just, kind of like chill out. But then there's also this call, okay, to like do more in the world and be more than we've been before. And so we kind of hit what, what I could see as the paradox. And, that is really what the mantra this week is about, is hitting this paradox. Becoming, okay, all that we can be. Are we ever? I mean, Virgo is not the only perfectionist, okay? Neptune in Pisces is also the perfectionist. It's the idealist. It's the dreamer, that it should just all be perfect. And I already am perfect. So there's this evolutionary need and desire, Venus moving through Scorpio, okay, become, osmos, absorb more, okay, and let go of the past. And so it's just like, what I'm going to say is, it's kind of impossible. There's no such thing as perfection. And yet, the paradox is that everything is perfect. So, it's accepting ourselves as we are, and at the same time, we hit these moments of perfection, and then, oops, there's another dream, something beyond, something more. So I'm not perfect, so I want to reach for that something more, and then I have another moment of perfection. So it's like we're always becoming, okay, but like you can get lost in that becoming, and you can get down. You can get down on yourself. This is also a time where that, that need and desire for perfection can lead a little bit to depression. Seeing what's missing, or seeing what I'm not, or longing for something more, and just like, and I'm not good enough. I mean, we also look at, this moon coming around, it's going to oppose Saturn, then it's going to oppose Pluto. And, this is coming into, places of guilt, or maybe where we're ashamed of ourselves or ashamed of our past. Oh, my family, or oh, I let my mother down. Oh, I let my father down. Oh, do I want to grow up? I mean, it's like it's a double-edged sword, right? A double-sided coin. So, it's like accepting that, it's okay, having compassion for where we are, and yet not sitting, getting lazy, self-indulgent, and staying where we are, but also moving forward, moving on, making resolutions. Yes, this sun is going into Capricorn. Well, guess what? I mean, next week comes into a conjunction with Saturn. And after that, it comes into a conjunction with Pluto and the South Node and all. I mean, in a way, this, 2019 is kind of a year of purging ourselves from past limitations, boundaries, and restrictions, and creating new ones. Yeah, like these rocks. The Rock of Gibraltar. This is this Capricorn. So it's it's so appropriate for this time of year. New Year's resolutions coming around, and the important thing I would really think about is to be realistic in our resolutions. It's like give yourself a little bit of space. Don't like go, oh, I've got to be this perfect ideal, and then maybe get let down, or move into places where I'm not enough, or I failed, or I didn't meet my own expectations, or with the opposition, meet the expectations of other people that I have placed in positions of authority over me, like somebody knows more than me or knows me better than I know myself. It's like, it's a good time for reflection. It's a good time, okay, for, making resolutions, wanting to become more than we are, do more than we can, have done before in the past. So it's really awesome. It's a really good time. So, the mantra for today: am I truly doing what it is I came to do? Ever becoming the best I can be for the world, for me, and for you. How about that one, man? It's, it's like a good time to maybe sit, meditate, feel into your life, into all, the situation that you have created for yourself, knowing that you led yourself, that maybe your unconscious or divine guidance or whatever led you into this situation, and this situation may be limiting, it may be lacking, there is definitely more. Okay, so you want to, when you set these resolutions, it's like expand out, and step into those big shoes that are, you might think they're too big for you, but like, yeah, I can do it. I am it. I'm evolving. I'm becoming. I'm like a tree, like a flower, like a bird. Always evolving, expanding, growing more into fullness and completeness. It's beautiful. I mean, this time of year, there's snow, in a lot of places, and the seeds are deep down, in the ground, and they're just, kind of mulling, and this is the time where it's a very inner reflective time. really something that I encourage you to take a little time out from the family or from the parties or from the, to like really light that fire, ignite that fire deep within yourself, that Sagittarian Jupiter, that it's on me. It's on me. And it's not about proving myself to somebody else. It's like, who do I want to be? Who am I really? Yeah, baby. Oh my God. Am I really doing what I came here to do? And if you're not, then by God, this is the year 2019 where you can, break out of the mold, break out of the conditioning, break out of the past, and step into the throne and be that king or be that queen and just yeah. Oh man. Am I truly doing what? God damn it. Am I truly doing what it is I came to do? Ever becoming all I can be for the world, for me, and for you. May you be all you can be, baby. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.